Rackla put out an update this week. I think it was earlier this week, talking about the drilling and the work they're doing up in the Yukon and the Northwest Territories. Actually, more on the Northwest Territories side, around their Tintina type tombstone granite gold targets. Okay, so you can see here some core that they've drilled. This is from that radio UV target area, which is one of many targets they have. But it shows that they've hit granodiorite, very distinct. We'll call it rock that looks like it would make a good grave marker. And they do see quartz veins, very similar to those that they see over at Snowline. Okay, now they don't mention CNVG and stuff. Different companies have different styles. I have no earthly idea if they've hit any visible gold or not. They don't mention it. But they do see a lot of the quartz veins in the styles that we see over at Snowline. So I find that encouraging. Okay, we'll wait for assays to see what this means. Okay, but the more important part of the news release was actually a bunch of what most people consider more esoteric stuff. And go to the next slide and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, look, the targets that they have are fairly early stage. Okay, so the company is trying to define that the intrusives, the blobs of magma that came up using what we call magnetic. So they're flying back and forth with magnetometers, and they're trying to define where these intrusions are, because this is how they're going to target, more and more of these things on their property, and they got a ton of them. Okay, and right now they've targeted these three areas, at least in the news release. They talk about them. They got good data that shows where they now think these things are. So it's this HIT intrusive. You can see in the stippled pattern there, it's kind of where there's kind of a bit of a nebulous hole in that magnetic blob that they now feel very confidently there's intrusive underlaying that area. And you can see the little gold triangles. Those are stream sediment samples that say, hey, yes, there's good gold coming out of that intrusive. Okay, so now not only do they know from the chemistry there's gold there, they also now know, because of the magnetics, where the doggone intrusive actually is and where it's kind of bounded by the rest of the rocks around it. Okay, same over here at the SER area. You can see the stippled pattern there. That's the intrusive they've now identified. There's some really high-grade samples there, by the way, just like crazy high grade. It's crazy because a lot of these intrusives, like way back in time, used to be viewed only for potential tungsten deposits. Okay, so whenever you see this stuff, you often see tungsten referred to. It's like, what is this? Well, it's because these intrusives, like back in the 60s and 70s, were viewed as just being tungsten targets, right? Which is common in these types of systems. But no. There's gold. There's gold and maybe lots of it. Okay, look at all the 3+ gram samples they're getting off of that sucker. Okay, the SER intrusive looks like a smoking hot one. All right, that's interesting. Okay, then we go over here to Excite. This is actually a little block they have not too far from Snowline. And now they can see that kind of crenulated area, the blues and the pinks, that looks like an intrusive right there. And that's where the golden stream sediments is coming off. The little yellow polygons are stream sediment samples that come out of, and very high grade, I should add, come out of that intrusive. So now they know where that thing is, and they can go in there and start poking holes in it. All right. So this is the news that I really eat up, because this says, man, they have no shortage of targets to go after here. Okay, lots of stuff to work on.